All right, good morning. Today we're going to do a little bit of review over triangular prisms and then also just kind of prisms in general. So watch this video through. That'll be a part of your points, and then we'll do a few practice problems on the delta. And at the end of this video, I'll show how to do those. So as a reminder, you'll sign into delta, but I think you guys already are. And then for surface area, if you don't recall from last week, our formula is 2b plus pH. B stands for the area of the base, P stands for the perimeter of the base, H stands for the height. And there are lots of different shapes the base can be, but no matter what, the base will always be parallel to the other base. Okay, that's what makes a prism. Meanwhile, our volume is the area of the base times our height. And don't forget, whatever our label is for surface area is always squared. Whatever our label is for volume is always cubed. So if we look here, it should be obvious right from the start. Well, it tells us it's a triangular prism, but if you didn't see that, right here is a base and here is a base. And we know that because bases must be parallel to each other. Okay, so if we look here, first off, I can find the area of my base. So the area of my base will equal, since it's a triangle, 1/2 times the base. Now the base of my base is 24. That's a little confusing, but on our base, we have a base, meaning the bottom of our triangle. So 1/2 times 24 times the height of our base, which is 7. Now half of 24 is 12. 12 times 7 gives us 84 meters squared. Okay. Now I also want to find our perimeter. Okay, the perimeter of the base, 7 plus 24 plus, if you're not sure I get this, 7 right here, 24, but then I don't know this third side. But hopefully you remember from what we talked about Friday, that is a right triangle. So if it's a right triangle, I can just set up a right triangle here. We have 7, we have 24. We are trying to solve for x. Okay, now we can use Pythagorean theorem. So 7 squared plus 24 squared equals x squared. 7 squared is 49, 24 squared. If you don't know this, that's fine. Use a calculator, but 576. That equals x squared. We add those two together. We get 625 equals x squared. We take our square root and we find that x will be 25. Okay? So that third side is 25 meters. Now, we are finding perimeter, so we said 7 plus 24 plus 25. All that together will add up to 56 meters. Now, the final thing we need to remember is what is our height of our prism? The height of our base was 7. The height of our prism is 22. That's the distance from one base to the other. Okay? So to find the surface area, remember it's 2 times b, so 2 times our 84, okay, plus the perimeter, which is 56, we already found, okay, times the height of the prism, which was 22. 2 times 84, that comes out to 168. 56 times 22, use a calculator if you don't have that one by memory, that's fine. That comes out to 1232, and then we add those together, we'll get 1,400. Don't forget, our label is not meters, it's meters squared because this is surface area. Okay. Now for volume, once again, it's the area of the base, so that's 84, times our height of our prism, which in this case is 22. 84 times 22, that gives me 1,848 meters cubed. Volume is always cubed. Okay? So that is how we do the first one. All right, so on to the second one. Once again, triangular prism. Now, we know this is part of our prism. These are the bases of our prism. So to find the area of our base, remember it is 1/2 times. Now, on this one, I don't know what's down here, right? So I need to solve for that. This is a right triangle still. However, notice the 15, the hypotenuse we already have. I don't know what the base of my triangle is, okay? So if we follow the same process, remember the hypotenuse is the c. So in this case, x squared plus 12 squared will equal 15 squared, okay? X squared plus 144 equals 225. When we subtract that, we get x squared equals 81, which means x will equal 9. Okay, so I know this side is 9, so I can do 1/2 times 9 times that 12 for the height of the base. All that comes out to 54, and it'll be feet squared. Okay. Now, for the next part, let's find our perimeter. So we know we have the 12 plus the 9 plus the 15. We add all that up, and we should get 36 feet. Now, finally, the height of our prism, that's the distance from one base to the other, and in this case, it is 16. Okay, so we go to find our surface area. It is 2 times the base, so 2 times that 54, plus whatever the perimeter is, which is 36, times the height, which we said is 16. Okay, so that comes out to 108 for 2 times 54. 36 times 16, once again, use a calculator, that's fine. If you grab one today, that's fine. Just put it back for me. We'll get 576. Add that with 108, and we'll get 684. Don't forget feet squared. Don't forget to square your label. It's surface area. Anytime area is involved, it will be squared. And we're almost done. The final one, volume, we'll take 54 times 16. If we multiply that, we'll get 864 feet cubed. Okay. Sorry, my 4 here doesn't look so good. I'll fix that. 484 or 54 times 16. 864 feet cubed. All right, I said I'd keep it under 10 minutes, and I will, but let's talk about the delta question. So this first section will ask us some questions like this. It says, the triangular prism below has a base area of 26.6 units and a height of 8 units. Okay, so if we think on this one, we know that the formula for volume, it says find its volume, is just area of the base times the height. They tell us the area of the base. They also tell us the height. You'll just multiply those together to solve. Okay, now will every single one be a triangle? These ones are. No, well, I guess several of them are. But they wouldn't necessarily have to be. But if they're not a triangle prism, like here, guess what? It's a different shape. It's a pentagon. But it still tells us the area of the base and the height. So you do the same thing. Just 32 times 7. That is all you have to do to solve it. All right, the second type of question is similar to what we did last week, finding the surface area. Remember, use 2b plus ph. You need to figure out, choose which side you want to be your base first. It could be blue, green, or this pinkish color. Remember, the opposite side would be the same. It doesn't matter. You just have to be consistent. If I use pink to find the base, area of the base, I do 5 times 4. If I use the green, I'd do 3 times 4. If I use the blue, I would do 5 times 3. Okay, whichever sides make up that side. And then finally, there is going to be a few Pythagorean theorem problems. Don't forget, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Give those a solve. Finish this up, and then I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.